All right. So we just finished the final movie, The Wiz, a bit later than we thought we would. So Chad had to go. Before we start, Laura, you picked this movie. Do you want to say a little bit about why you chose it for?
Well, I had it on DVD, and it's a movie that I really liked from when I
Mm,
was younger.
yeah.
And I just loved the musical aspect and the songs and everything about it. And
Mm-hmm.
it's really fun to watch, so that's why I chose it.
Yeah, yeah. I felt that the sets were a lot more elaborate than
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
remember for sure. I was a kid. I mean, just lots to look at.
I
Great
mean,
costume
I wonder what the
designs.
budget was for this because it was pretty good.
I just wonder why there's never been like sequels.
Yeah,
Maybe it was really expensive and maybe it didn't really make the budget. I guess we'd have
and
to
it was
look it up
based
and
by
see.
how many costume designers they had. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, all the labels and
all the
stuff.
labels, yeah.
Yeah,
And, well, it has some great performances in it.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Especially Diana Ross's last song. I mean, very powerful
Yeah,
piece there. She had put like so much emotion into it. I was like, oh my goodness.
yeah.
Um,
And it's good to see uh, performances from people who aren't around anymore, like Michael Jackson.
yeah, I mean, I guess this movie, it's supposedly black exploitation and also a mockbuster. I think though back then mockbuster wasn't really so much of a, what would you call it? It wasn't really the genre it is now.
Yeah,
We didn't have Asylum. There wasn't a lot of. I would say back then it was more like you would call them knockoffs than anything.
yeah,
I remember one of the things that really stood out to me about this particular film when I was a kid uh, is just the things that are like different from the original one.
yeah.
Obviously the cast, but also like
You
the
want me to
storm is.
take the phone?
Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah. So the storm is a winter storm instead of like a summer tornado.
Yeah,
Um, it has a very urban feel. I guess Wizard of Oz. While there's an Emerald City in it, most of it takes place in a wilderness, and this one definitely has a lot of urban tones, whether it be the subway. It feels a lot darker too. I mean, the original one had the whole thing where it changes from black and white to color partway through, but this one I really like this other transition they use where it's like dark night, everything's in shadow and gives it kind of a spookiness,
yeah.
like when Dorothy first arrives and it changes to daylight and everything's bright and you know, but it could still be scary. Like you have the underground subway area that was obviously like a lot of animated things like trash cans with teeth and stuff. I don't know what I thought about that as a kid. I do remember waking up right again when those marionette things start growing in size and chasing after them. And I mean, as a kid, I don't know what I thought of that. I remember they were kind of weird, but again, I was falling asleep. And I missed all the stuff with the trash cans and things. And there's definitely a lot of odd ideas later with like, the walking mic
Yeah.
and stuff. A lot of very creative choices went into this. Um,
I like that the signs right there say "Don't ease."
yeah, then from the library for whatever reason on the title or I guess the bonus materials
Yeah.
page here. Um, and the whole thing with the yellow brick road, I kind of didn't get that, but maybe there's a yellow brick road cab company or something.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
know. But the cabs were interesting.
yeah, no, they're always off duty.
Yeah.
There's probably an irony in that. Um, yeah, so I was impressed with it. I almost wish there were more. I mean, I guess there's lots of musicals out there that I haven't seen.
Yeah.
Um,
I definitely want to see more stuff based on this material. I mean, I watched Tin Man, and I have that on disc. So
yeah. Uh, well, just there's all these other Frank L. Baum or however you pronounce his last name books. That's why I think, like, this movie, if it had been successful, and I'm assuming it had been, but it does seem to have a really large budget, so maybe they just couldn't meet the budget. I don't know. I don't know why they didn't do more. I think that this here, I definitely could have seen them doing a lot more. I mean, nowadays, if they did something like this, it's like Peter Jackson doing Lord of the Rings, where, after he was done, it was like, well, let's do The Hobbit because we still have, or even Game of Thrones. So we still have all these people on set here. We got to keep them all working. It doesn't make sense to let them all go. It takes so long to assemble everybody.
Yeah.
So if they did something like this now, they should definitely do like the whole series. I mean, or at least a choice number of the books, of which I know nothing. I've only read.
I think Romeo enjoyed the movie because he fell asleep.
Well, he fell asleep like I did originally, and I'm pretty tired. I mean, I only got 3 hours of sleep, so it's certainly something to say that I made it through this. Granted, we took a lot longer to watch it since Chad had left and was more relaxed.
So he looked at me like, "Hey."
Anyway, I guess we're gonna call it a night here. We're definitely gonna do more Schlock Talk stuff. Oh, was this movie Schlock? Yes or no?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think it's very high end, really.
Yeah.
Maybe at the time it wasn't considered to be much, but I mean, I don't really know. I don't know anything about this movie other than watching it now and then remembering it from being a kid.
Yeah, well, maybe next time we'll watch Freddy's Friday.
Oh, well, maybe. Except that we'll have a different theme next time, so.
Yeah.
That will show up on, let's see. It Gets Dark Fast here, our Seattle group. So if you're in that group, it will definitely show a lot more horror movies. This one was kind of an exception because we were talking about exploitation films. And so we had to try to do the whole genre. But in general, I think there might occasionally be the not horror film based on, like, if, say, we'd focused on a director or a actor, we probably want to do a range, but we'll definitely keep trying to lean towards horror movies because Laura and I both like horror movies a lot.
Yeah.
All right, I guess that's it. So
yep. Have a
hope
good
you
night.
enjoyed the videos. Thanks for watching.